far side of the field.
Well, now you have to ask yourself, why all of a sudden is Wilson getting the ball up to his receivers to the outside? And I got to believe it's the wind. The wind at his back now. When he was in the first quarter, it was in his face, and the ball was hanging and dropping down low. Now with the wind at his back, and he told us, I prefer throwing with the wind. Now he's on target. Boy, he's really getting rid of the football, laying it out nicely, and Carter's wearing these corners out. Eventually, they'll have to double Carter.
Anthony keeps his personal streak alive, 60 straight. First and 10. Wilson chased by Reggie White. One option to Anthony Carter. Isaiah Jenkins, there's Reggie White. And we are at the 2-minute warning. Herschel Walker's kickoff return has given Minnesota 6 points. Steve DeLine has a field goal for Philadelphia.
Notre Dame.
The left hand of offensive right tackle Ron Heller. Philadelphia Eagles talking with Bill Walsh. And get a little tough down in the trenches.
Yeah, that's offensive lineman's hand. Notice all that tape and the cuts and the bleeding going on there, but that's the reason they tape them up, is their hands are stepped on and put in someone's face and bit and stuff like that.
Second down, Wilson back. Here comes the rush. There's a fumble. That is a live ball. Picked up and lateral back to Mike Golick by Reggie White. A 17-yard return. Wilson with the fumble. White with the recovery. The lateral back to Mike Golick.
Wilson trying to pull this ball back. He had attempted to throw the ball out in the flat. He will pull the ball back or try to, but it's cold out there. When you really go through with your motion, it's hard to hold the ball back. Notice he tried to pull it, and now the ball slips out of his hands, and it's a live football. Reggie White scoops it up now. Presence of mind, and this is really gutsy here. Tosses it to Golick.
They are looking at the replay. Well, it's very reminiscent as you look at Mike Golick, who had a 17-yard return, of the second game of the season when Al Harris recovered a Gerald Riggs fumble and handed it to Wes Hopkins for a 77-yard return. This one, White picked it up and lateral back to Golick.
Isn't that amazing? Two defensive linemen lateraling, playing rugby. You wouldn't expect that, but both of them showed the ability. White, I was most impressed with, was his ability to reach down on the move and scoop the ball up. Normally, you just tell a big lineman, fall down on it. Don't do this, but 92 is White. Now, Wilson will try to pull the ball up. He loses it. They're going to rule this whether or not it's a pass or a fumble. Now, White scoops it up. Good ability there, agility there is by White. And now the lateral. You got to like that.
Now the question goes back to the point of release of the ball. Was Wade Wilson going forward, and was it a pass? And that is what the replay official is looking at right now.
Normally, if the quarterback hand goes forward and the ball is knocked out, it's a pass. Wilson will attempt to make the pass. Now here's the question. Does he pull it up? Now he sees pass. Now he says, no, I'm not. Now the ball slips out. So I'd have to say the intent was to pass. The ball is attempted to be recovered by Wilson, but he fumbles the ball out of his hand. I would have to say that you would rule this a fumble.
Here again, the key word is conclusive evidence to overrule the call on the field. And the official made a live call of fumble, no pass. So Al Sabato is the replay official. There's Keith Millard, who...
After further review, the play stands.
I think that's the way this was designed. There was not conclusive evidence to overrule the live call by the official.
Exactly. Wilson did attempt to throw the ball, but when he realized his people were covered, he tried to pull the ball back, and he fumbled the football. The ball slipped out of his hand.
First and 10 Eagles, 1:47 to go. 36 takeaways. They got the ball at the 35. And Tony is stopped, and the crowd gets restless again.
Yeah, you got to wonder why they did that. You know, you're in your 2-minute program now with the minute 33 and counting, and now's not the time to be running off tackle. Get Cunningham involved in the offense. Make it dangerous.
Second down. Jackson's 7th catch. Eagles have 3 timeouts left. See if they go with one of the timeouts here. They will stop the clock. 1:16 to go in the first half. 6-3 Minnesota. They have used one of their three. Philadelphia has used one of its 3 timeouts, and they've got 2 left. 3rd down and 5. Cunningham this time decides to run, and he's got the first down. Joey Browner is down, and time has been called by the Vikings. Interesting is Cunningham ran over to get Keith Jackson away from Joey Browner, and Joey gestures rather obviously to the Eagle bench.
Browner takes jiu-jitsu, which is a martial art form that helps you in taking blows and in delivering blows. And that time he received one from Jackson. Jackson coming inside to protect his quarterback just did a whale of a job getting into the frame of Browner. Obviously knocked a little bit of the air out of him.
And with that run, Randall Cunningham goes by number 12 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time running list. Time has been called. Celebrate America's homecoming on Thanksgiving on the NFL Today at 3:30 Eastern. Brent, Irv, Dick, and Will take a look at 2 decades, 2 coaches, and the 2 sports. And Ed Too Tall Jones, and then Too Tall, and the Cowboys host the Philadelphia Eagles in the traditional football feast. He is, I think, Terry, about as classy a man who's ever played in the National Football League. His mother just passed away last week, and we wish our condolences to Ed Jones and all of the members of the Jones family.
This is man coverage, Vern. All-out man coverage.
Carter, no. Incomplete. Carl Lee defending.
There's several ways to throw that pass. That's a deep corner pass. That's almost a fade route by Cunningham, and he drilled the football in there, which is a good idea, but the problem was the ball went too far. If you're going to drill it, throw it behind the receiver, and all he has to do is turn around. See, all he has to do is turn around. If that ball's to his back right hip, he just turns around, and he makes a reception, but Cunningham threw the ball at Lee instead of Carter.
Not at all sure whether Carl Lee got a finger in the eye or what happened. But he is...
Now here's the pass. This is a drill. This is one of the ways to throw the fade route. Oh my gosh, he got hit in the face with the football.
With the football, yeah.
That football is cold. That football is extremely hard. And then when you have a quarterback like Cunningham who has one of those whiplash arms and all that spin on it, it comes in there pretty good. I knocked the guy out. Honest to God, I knocked the guy out. Throwing the football hard like that in warm-ups, he had made me mad, and he was one of those crazy guys, and I drilled one at him. I warned him I'd get even with him, and I drilled one from about 20 yards, and I realized I was going to hit him in the face, and I hollered at him, and he turned around, hit him right between the eyes, and knocked him graveyard cold stone out. There's the hit right in the face, and
Carl Lee had the smelling salts out there. I'm curious to know what happened to the guy you knocked out.
Well, his name was Buster Heron, and he ended up missing the football game, and my coach warned me that if we didn't win that game, I was going to be in a lot of trouble. And we did, thank goodness.
And Carl Lee's going to be okay, but he got the point of the football in his left cheekbone, or his left eye. You'd think with the mask on the in the face bar that ball can't get through there, but it does.
But it's plastic or fiberglass, and when that ball, with all that spin, Vern, you know, it comes in the air.
Bores in there.
Exactly, just bores right through that thing, and I probably caught Lee right on the cheekbone. And I mean, that thing, Reynolds probably whipped that thing in there about 70, 75 miles an hour, and that's pretty doggone good.
Second down and 10. Eagles looking for their first touchdown in 6 quarters. They trail 6-3. Myers drop. That's what killed Philadelphia last week. They had 11 of them.
That drop won't hurt him so much there, though, Vern, because that would, even if Myers catches that football, he goes out of bounds with a 2-yard gain, and I don't think the intent of that route was for 2 yards. I believe that Cunningham was wanting to get more. You know, if you run out and you just run a 2-yard breakout, you're not getting anything out of your offense. You need to really bring that route up another 3 to 4 yards. That make it a 5-yard route.